What's up, everybody? My name is Marvin, better known as Ven from the TTV channel, which is a YouTube channel hosted by a team of young creative talent. We've worked on this channel for several years, and while a lot has changed, I am happy to say that we have maintained the same passion for building, collecting, and playing with LEGO that we had all those years ago. And we are more than excited to be able to bring all these qualities with us to the LEGO Live event in New York. There we'll be able to show you some of the cool creations we made out of LEGO Boost. So until then, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the dojo. I'm Mesa.
I'm Var.
I am John.
And I'm Purple.
And we are the masters of Pod Jitsu. This is the NinjagoCast.
Is there a way to get the intro to roll like during this? I noticed that there wasn't no.
Yeah, no, I can do that. I just need to have the MP4 up, and then I can play that.
Nice.
Sorry.
You should do that next time.
Yeah, next time I will. Sorry about that, guys.
It's okay.
But hello, Pleb Nation. How you guys doing?
What's up, Pleb Nation?
Shout out!
Hi.
Shout out.
Pleb Nation Purple.
Nation Purple.
Shut
Nation.
It is an echo, and Var's trolling me by imitating an echo.
Echo.
So, today on NinjagoCast,
NinjagoCast.
we're going to be talking about episode 77, The Oni and the Dragon. Ignore him, for he knows not what he speaks. Warning as always.
Messo's a psychopath, and he thinks you can hear voices in his head that are echoing what he's saying.
It's you!
It's not me. I'm not saying anything.
I blame you 100%.
Messo, this is the most unprofessional introduction we've ever had. Can you please?
Just a quick warning to anyone who has not seen episode 77. We will be spoiling it in depth, and I mean really in depth, because there's a lot to actually dig into here. So if you haven't seen it, abstain from viewing until you have the opportunity to, well...
I kind of wish we watched the episodes like 30 minutes ahead of the recording, because I already forgot.
Don't worry, I got you, Sam.
I
got you.
I had to refresh myself as well.
I got you.
We should be a bit more on that.
Time for the recap. So, episode begins with the ninja on the Destiny's bounty. Harumi's there, and they're like, well, I don't know what to do. We gotta go find the Sons of Garmadon. And they're like, oh, that one guy from the first episode who Lloyd, saved from dying, he got arrested by the cops. Maybe we can go talk to him, and he'll spill the beans. And what better way to do that than to go get some truth serum, a.k.a. truth tea. So the ninja go to Mistake's tea shop. Now, I don't know when she was last seen. She is a semi-recurring character.
Mistake.
Yes.
You mean
Mistake? Yeah.
Yes. And that naming that character that way was a mistake, but they did it. And she owns a Deus Ex Machina tea shop, and they go in and we're like, hey, can I have a Deus Ex Machina? And she's like, oh, sure, I'll go get it for you. And then as she's coming out with the first Deus Ex Machina on the wall, they spot another significant plot device just hanging in the wall of her back room. The story Bible. They see it there, and they're like, hey,
we did it, guys. We found the story Bible.
Can we read that? We kind of need to know what's going to happen. And she's like, no, you're not ready to know your future. And they're like, but come on, we need to fight the Sons of Garmadon. And she's like, okay, well, too much power in the hands of so many people. They'd break the story. You'd all do things to break continuity. How about we do two only? And they're like, okay, so Lloyd and Jay will stick around to see the story because Jay needs some relevance in the season. The other two people go to the police station and grill this dude. So they do that. And they grill this dude. And there's hijinks and antics. They're all over the place.
Yeah, those antics certainly ensue.
They're like putting stuff in coffee and mixing up the coffee and cold drinks to truth tea, and it's all very predictable but also very funny. It was very it was just one of those things. It's like the moment they came into the station, I knew that's what was going to happen, but I still chuckled when they got to that point.
All right, I wanted a recap, not your review.
Okay, fine. So they hear from Mistake the latest retcon to Ninjago's lore in the form of the Oni and the Dragon. And I feel it's important to do a semi-thorough recap of the Oni and the Dragon.
Okay, sure.
I'm going to save that for last.
No, Meso, did you like it, though? Did you like the Oni and the Dragon?
No. Shut up. Shut your mouth.
Shut
the
up.
Oni and the Dragons, or we're going to be talking about the longest. So
Longest.
I'm going to skip that for now. And we go back to Harumi, and she's talking to Nia, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sad that my parents are dead." And I'm like, "Yeah, Lloyd's parents are, his dad's dead too. And he's dealing with that. That was a villain, don't you know?"
Oh wait, so her parents did die.
Yes.
Yeah, her
Okay.
parents are
Her
dead.
parents had died.
Confirmed. Cool.
For our understanding, there's no.
No. Then we get a tweet from one of the Hickman brothers saying that she is indeed dead.
Because the writers would never, say a contradictory answer because someone asked them on Twitter. It's never happened in the history of ever.
Fair enough.
Ninjago or otherwise. I trust nothing. So
You see, Meso, that's where you're wrong because it has never happened ever. Prove me wrong.
I could very easily go do that after.
All right, do it right now. I want it.
Not on the podcast.
Let him finish. Let him finish, and then we can go on these hijinks. Let's not Cole and Zane this right now. All right.
Speaking of, they go to the Sons of Garmadon's bar, and they're like, "Oh, we got to get some answers." And Cole is Rocky Danger Buff, and Zane is Snake Jaguar.
Oh, I remember this part.
And they're strolling in, and they're like, they meet Dareth there, and he's Darething all over the place. And they're like, "So what do we need to do here? We need to have Cole sing." And he sings the most cringeworthy song I've heard, both in terms of the singing and just like the song itself. I don't get if it's supposed to be a reference to something that I just didn't pick up on, or maybe it was just a cringy song. But either way, his disguise falls off. They're like, "Oh no, it's a ninja." And Zane's like, "Yeah, get that ninja," because he's going undercover. And then the other ninjas show up, and they're like, "Get those ninja!" And the ninja are like, "We're going to get you instead." And they disable the guy's bike because he's trying to get away. And we have a pretty prolonged chase/action scene that ends with Zane basically saving Mr. E, the four-armed individual, and gaining his trust.
Mystery.
Mistake, Mr. E. These names, I swear.
Yes. And that was basically the episode. Now, as far as the Oni and the Dragon, essentially the story goes as thus. So the first realm out of the 16 realms was the realm of the Oni and the Dragon, and a being was born out of both of those realms. That being is the first Spinjitzu master, and there was a struggle. Basically, it was God. There was a struggle over which side he belonged to. Both of them wanted him, the Oni and the Dragon, and eventually the FSM was just like, "Hey, I'm out. I'm bouncing from this realm." And he went off to start his own realm, a competing realm, and that realm was Ninjago. And eventually he had two sons, Wu and Garmadon, and they each in turn had the power of the Oni and the Dragon within them, good and evil. And they mentioned that Garmadon was cured of his evil because of the power of his son's love. But now, the three Oni masks are relics from the first realm.
Dude, I like that voice. You should use that more often.
No, I will not use that.
You should use that for a thing tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And then they're like, okay, so if the masks are brought together, they have the power to resurrect your father. But if you won't be the father you know, he will have no life left inside him.
Dude, this is good. I like it.
For some reason. And yeah, that's it.
All right. It was a good episode, dude. I liked it. It was almost like I didn't need to even watch it.
It was like really entertaining. Wait, what?
You watched it?
No, I watched it. I was just saying it's like
You
I
were
didn't.
there with us.
Yeah, I didn't say I didn't watch it. I don't know why you guys are getting this. I said it's like I didn't need to watch it. I just like stumbled over my words and had a stroke mid.
It's like I didn't watch it. There we go. That's where we're ending at that.
This episode was definitely comedy centric. A lot of jokes.
Yeah, a lot of jokes.
A lot of jokes, especially with the bits at the end with not that bit, with Cole doing the triple sachet. Was it a triple triad?
Which was a completely different triple tiger sachet than the one in the original episode, which was a big flip or whatever. And this one, I don't even know what it was. It wasn't a flip. It was.
He's doing.
He did like a twirl.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah, it was complete.
I think he was about to do the flip and he slipped. I think that's what
the weekend
he was
flip.
Do. The weekend flip.
To be fair, it actually looked more like a sachet in this episode than the original episode, which wasn't a sachet at all. I don't know why they even called it a sachet. Because it was written before it was animated, I guess. Because the animators don't know what a sachet is.
What's a sachet?
It's a dance. It's where you kind of like and do the one leg first and the other leg after kind of thing. Like a little like woo, like a woo. That's
Like
the sound
a-
effect.
Do you have a GIF?
Like
Okay,
a
do you have a-
woo. Say woo.
Dang it, I was just about to make that joke.
Yeah. See, he actually does it. He does like the right foot first, left foot like after thing in that GIF. He actually does a sachet. He does not do that in the original episode.
Okay, when you say one foot in front of the other or whatever, it just sounds like you're describing walking. So
I mean, it is. That's what a sachet it really is. It's like walking to a beat, kind of. It's like you kind of swing your hips to it.
I don't know.
So
Yeah.
I googled sachet and this GIF came up. I'm gonna switch to right now.
Great.
Yeah, there you go.
Who is that
That's
kid? I feel
sachet.
like I've seen another GIF of him before that was like just as ridiculous.
I have no idea. But anyway, kudos to the animators for actually like animating a sachet this time. Good for you guys.
Totally.
Kudos.
It really bugged me when I was doing TLDR.
I feel like most of the jokes in this episode worked. I feel like Cole's thing went on a bit too long. Both of Cole's things, just a smidge too prolonged.
The other one.
Yeah, the pacing in this episode was definitely a little slower.
Yeah. However, lots of good stuff, lots of questionable stuff. My favorite scene, no doubt, is Mr. E versus the Ninja. Because
Of course, again.
it was a very prolonged thing. Before it was just him completely owning them with like zero effort whatsoever. Now instead of doing the exact same thing again, he decides to run away, which makes for a
Really cool chase scene.
an equally compelling chase scene.
The chase scene was really good, and the music really sold it too. The music was very good during that segment. I like the segment when they were on the cable wires or the telephone
clotheslines.
wires.
Yeah,
Yeah, clotheslines. And they were kind of like bouncing up and down on that. That was a really cool segment. It felt very Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle-ish, to be honest. Very kind of like running on the night skyline and like jumping around on like cables and stuff in the city.
And on the cars too, there's a really cool shot where like Mr. E will just land on a car, and he does like a bounce off the car. Here, this one in particular.
Boing.
Oh yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that
it's
was
a
a really cool segment.
Really cool segment.
Once again, it's like Ruby, except better.
Honestly, it
Do you
is like
think
we've actually had
the-
better fight scenes.
Do you think the minifigure's compact design aids the fight scenes at all?
I used to not think so. Recent seasons, this in particular, has made me rethink that because they're capable of some good action.
Wait, sorry, what was the question?
Do you think the minifigure's compact designs aid the fight scenes at all? Because they don't have like long limbs helping them out.
I would absolutely imagine animating them is way easier than trying to animate like full
Because
characters.
You don't have to, the biggest problem with fight animation is fingers when you're doing something, and the minifigures do not have fingers. In fact, their elbows and knees are rubbery. Essentially, they're part of the thing, so you don't have to even see them at all, too. So you can kind of cheat a lot when it comes to like the form that they take.
They're just like giant bricks bouncing around doing stuff.
Yeah, Purple, they sure are.
So,
But yeah, I like the aesthetic that this season has. I think it really helps kind of sell these sort of action scenes. Just like the big backlight in the background while they're like running like on things as like silhouettes and stuff and jumping on like the city like cables and everything. It's just really cool. I like that they're interacting with the city so much.
Like Ninja.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and exactly they feel like ninja. That's the thing. Is like they're doing ninja things in the dark, being ninja like. It's really cool.
Yep.
That opening sequence in the very first episode where you have like the pseudo evil ninjas running around was very indicative of like what you were to expect, I think, out of the season, because that scene kind of breaks down some of these action scenes pretty well, and the cinematography and direction that they're going with.
Yeah,
definitely.
Whoever is in charge of the cinematography and the storyboarding and everything in this season as well. I don't know if the team has just been unleashed and they're able to do what they've always wanted to do, or if they have someone new on board. But
Ninjago Unleashed.
Whatever you're doing, please keep it up.
Please keep it up. Please, like if this season, I don't know how long this show's going to continue after the Hageman brothers. I would hope for a very long time, but I hope that they still keep even with the new story or whatever, they still keep this level of action and everything. It really looks like a return to form for the show.
Because the chase scene also culminated in another great pseudo one-shot sword battle, which didn't go on nearly as long or have as many cool angles, but it was still very satisfying.
Yeah, it was still really good.
Really good.
It's actually interesting that you mentioned, Mesa, that they actually feel like a ninja, because that's such a fascinating comment to make about a TV show literally about a bunch of ninja. And this is like the very first time it feels like they've actually like gone that route.
Yeah, they're not like Lego Power Rangers. Like, people always make jokes about how they're like Power Rangers, but like...
Up until now, they kind of were. They were like,
they were.
They were like superheroes, basically. That's what they really were. They had.
This is the first time where they've actually felt like ninja.
Yeah,
like really doing the whole ninja kind of aspect with this,
and especially at the end too, with Zane going undercover completely, and like completely committing to this thing, and like he's doing a very sneaky thing and kind of following the Sons of Garmadon, doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Great little touch, by the way, that Zan can just generate a disguise.
Yeah. I remember we were like speculating if he could do that. I don't know if that was on the recording or while we were watching, but I remember like someone was like, I wonder if he can just change his appearance to whatever, and turns out he can.
And the first
really
episode,
cool.
we saw him actually like go from his human form to his like robot form, and it's really cool to see that now that he can do any type of form.
Because that's why his disguise was so much more effective than Cole's. It wasn't just the armor; it was like his whole skin color can just change at will, which is great, and the voice changes too.
I low-key kind of miss just the normal non-techno voice. Like, it's a neat touch, but only in moderation.
Brent Miller is a very good voice actor. It's nice to hear him again.
Actually hear his voice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. It's nice to kind of get back to the sort of classic Zane.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's I don't know. It's interesting, like how this season has been really setting itself apart from the movie, but in ways that it initially didn't. So it's now focusing on this ninja aspect. It's now like doing really good choreography and fights, and it does like these really awesome city shots, which were clearly inspired by what the movie did with Ninjago. But they're taking that and doing their own take on it, I think, and that's pretty fascinating to me.
I think a lot of it had to come from convincing Lego that they were able to do this. I think I think that the animators and the team on this show have probably always been able to do and wanted to do something like this for a while, and they figured with the release of the movie that they would be able to kind of age up the audience and kind of push the boundaries of where things were going. And I'm very glad that they're able to do so.
Interesting point. They're aging up the audience.
Right.
That's it's kind of like it's like the 2006 kind of era of Bionicle.
Right. Exactly.
We're kind of hitting our like edge sort of theme here, where everything's really dark and desaturated. Although there's a lot of saturation in these colors, so I can't really say desaturated, more just dark in general. But
yeah, a lot of scenes have been taking place at night, which I feel a lot of the fight scenes especially have been taking place at night, and I think
really cool
adds to the
it makes everything all like mysterious and neon too, because like you can have the high contrast of like the darkness and then like all these neon lights and stuff.
Yeah,
now we just need Cryo Shell to. We just need Cryo Shell to do their own cover of the weekend.
Cryo Shell weekend would be so.
Oh my gosh,
so awesome! That would be so awesome.
Orchestra. What else? Seeing Dareth was fun. He's always fun. My favorite part was when he like took the old Ninjago intro screenshot and like
and he photoshopped himself.
That was it was cool seeing that picture only because it really shows how far the show has come.
Yeah.
Like to think that Lloyd in that picture is the same character like that we're getting right now. It's pretty fascinating. We really have grown up with that character.
Yep, it's really cool.
Or the audience, I should say, because I haven't grown up with him.
Yeah, I know. I kind of got into like I was already an adult by the time Bionicle ended, so it was kind of a thing where like,
yeah. But I don't know. It's cool.
Technically grew up with him. I mean, I got like really into Ninjago when I was 14, so that's like almost over half a decade.
I would say I grew up with Bionicle. So
yeah,
fair enough.
It was something I was saying to Purple, I think, outside of the recording, is like something I really like about like. So there's like, Mesa, you really like this anime One Piece, right?
I do.
I really like this anime Naruto, and one thing that I really liked about Naruto is that you can see the progression of the character over the course of the show. You can watch him age from episode 1 to the very final episode, from a little kid to an adult.
Form storytelling, even if it is ridiculous.
Yeah. So that's something that really appeals to me, and I'm really cool. It's really cool to see that kind of happen with this show in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
so that was a thing that happened, and then going back to the very beginning, it's cool to see Harumi just kind of hanging with the group. Still don't know about the Harumi being evil theory, but whether she is or isn't, she could be an interesting new dynamic if she hangs around.
Possibly, yeah.
But I'm still betting she's evil.
Let me put it up. Yeah, I'm thinking she's evil too. Either that or that she is Samurai X, possibly. I remember thinking about this earlier. We talked about it last season, how Samurai X had a thing where she confronted Nia and said, like, I kind of know what you did. She tried to force a connection with Nia. And it could very well be Harumi acting by herself this entire time. Or she could be evil. I really hope she's evil. I feel like that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I kind of hope there is something more to her than just being like the not damsel in distress, but like
the princess,
the distressed damsel.
Well, one of the patrons, actually, I forget which one it was, pointed out how like Tommy Anderson is actually a big Star Wars fan, so that could lead credence to the fact that Harumi could indeed be Lloyd's sister. It's kind of like a sort of inspiration from that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, like, isn't everyone who works on most things a Star Wars fan in some way or another? Nowadays,
yeah, but Tommy Anderson literally named his children after Luke and Leia.
Really? He totally did. I forgot about that. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's a huge Star Wars fan.
You're right.
So
wow.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to come on last time. And we were like, oh man. We interviewed him at the launch of Nexo Nights, which is now 3 years ago. I realized, like, I was just thinking about that.
That was so long ago. Wow.
That was so long ago because Nexo Nights did its full wave. It did all a full 3 years.
Nope.
That's crazy. Wow.
It did a full 2.5 years.
Yep.
Wow. And I'm still on this stupid YouTube channel. What am I doing with my life?
Right. Can we take some?
Let's get into the major meat of this.
Okay.
How about, unless you had something else?
Well, I was just gonna wonder if we wanted to take some input from the audience before we moved on to the next thing.
What are you guys?
Yeah, there was a guy earlier on in the YouTube chat. Channel Time said, if it's called Truth Tea, why didn't they just call it Honest Tea?
That's so good.
Oh well,
really
okay.
Funny.
Calm down, Michael. Let's not that funny.
Where was the
joke? But
someone explain this to me. I missed it.
Funny. It's
Honest Tea.
Oh, honesty.
I laughed that loudly internally.
Yeah, like that. Man, you really found that funny.
Funny.
Tyler Nuva points out that Luke and Leia Anderson is the full name. Maybe Meso is also secretly a child.
Oh, come on.
That would be a Star Wars twist. Yeah, it's like who are Meso's parents? We don't know.
Tommy Anderson.
Very, very interesting.
Let me see. Prentice says, I hate seeing kids online go, I grew up in Ninjago. When I ask how old they are, they say they're 12. You are still a kid. You're still growing up with them. That's all right. Fair enough.
Yeah,
DJ Troop in the YouTube audience, not the live studio audience, says if harming was evil, I think even Harumi, then that would basically be the same plot as Kyler. Fair.
Yeah, that's what we were saying the last episode. Is that
fair? Like, except that Skylar was redeemed.
Oh, does the minifig
not?
Does the minifig of Samurai X have Pixel's face? And never mind, forget everything I'm saying. Then that was stupid of me.
It does have
I apologize to everyone.
Does it really?
For wasting everyone's time.
Yeah, it does.
Wow, what a spoiler!
Yeah, I know. I didn't. That's kind of a big deal.
Wow. Okay. All right. Cool. So Pixel is Samurai X confirmed. Gotcha.
But that's out now, right? That's like a.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, why even bother with the mystery then? All right, whatever.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, there's a set coming out with like freaking Harumi and so. I mean, we don't really know for sure, but it certainly appears that way. So
yeah.
We mentioned that the other episode about how it's kind of similar to Skylar. How it's like when we were talking about how broke new ground or whatever. But
it depends on the level they go for it, because Skylar was manipulated. She was never evil.
Yeah, she was never the mastermind behind it all. She was just a lackey and ended up being redeemed. Now we have a female character who is got the same role, but like an upper level, like she is the mastermind now behind everything, so it's a little different.
Definitely.
Anyway.
The most interesting thing that's happened in this episode is the Oni and the Dragon history, and I have a lot of mixed feelings on this. It is not uncommon for Ninjago to regularly either retcon or reinvent their backstory and their lore. It's happened numerous times in the past as the theme evolves and expands and grows. And taken on its own, in a very isolated instance, I like this quite a lot. So much so that I kind of wish this had just been how it always was. It makes way more sense this way. Having the Oni and the Dragon good-evil split instead of the convoluted snake venom turned him evil, but also he went to the underworld, and that's why he has like a skeleton aesthetic. But then also he got 4 arms somehow via training in some other realm. Him just being an Oni demon spirit passed down genetically through the first Spinjitzu Master. Totally down. Way more. It
just kind of conflicts with the Great Devourer's kind of backstory.
Explain to me. Yeah. I say this to the live studio audience and the YouTube audience and anyone who listens to this video. Try to explain it. Explain the Overlord's role in things, his machinations with Garmadon, the Great Devourer's snake venom.
Oh man, I completely forgot about the Overlord, to be honest. I actually do not know how he ties into all of that.
He's actually the Oni.
See, I have a theory. I do actually believe that if they choose to fit him in, because they're going with the Star Wars thing, where it's like they're...
Are they, though? That's just something we're theorizing. We don't know that.
No, that's a direct quote.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right.
When Garmadon left, there was a disruption in the balance, and the Sons of Garmadon have come to fill that void, the darkness. Yeah. So, if that is true, then it could be argued that the Overlord was the same, meant to fill that void against the first Spinjitzu Master before he had the kids. And I could buy that. Now, I know that there's a supplementary comic out there that is non-canon for now, or semi-canon, that states that the Great Devourer was given its powers by the Overlord.
Yeah, there was something about that, where it was like just a regular snake that was like tainted by the darkness in a way.
If they make that canon and retcon the venom to bring out your inner evil instead of make you evil, then I could totally buy it, because it would just be the trigger to push Garmadon over the edge.
Right.
Essentially.
It recognizes your true potential, but your true potential for Eagle. Evil.
Eagle. True Eagle potential.
True Eagles. No, as opposed to your, true Patriots potential. We saw that not fulfilled
in peace
on Sunday.
I mean, unless it was kind of just a mixture of two things. Like the Great Devourer's venom makes you evil, and Garmadon also is an Oni. So the two just kind of he just becomes super evil. But if the Great Devourer were to bite just a ninja, the ninja would just kind of turn into a jerk.
My thing about the dragon and the tail of the dragon and the Oni looks like a serpent, and I was like, oh, I initially thought that he was going to be the Great Devourer. And so now it's now the dragon is good.
Kind of conflicting imagery.
Yeah, and the Oni the giant snake thing is good, and the man is evil.
Right. It's strange.
I guess.
It's a fun little thing, but I brought this up kind of as a joke while we were watching it, but I actually think I almost wonder if it was intentional, meant to be a kind of reference. But I noticed that the Oni is a humanoid person, and that's his land is where the masks came from. So I was what if the Oni realm is the Bionicle realm? Oni, Bionicle.
All right.
Yeah, but they took the Oni out of Bionicle. I don't know. I don't think that's actually what they're going for. But I just wonder if that was an intentional kind of inspiration.
Very possible.
I mean,
since we know that they were looking at Bionicle. For
I'm just saying there's two ancient beings. One is creation, one is destruction. There's 3 masks from this other realm. There's the masks that come from another place, that have existed outside of time. Yeah. This seems very, very.
It just because we know that they looked at Bionicle for this. That's why I'm wondering if that was intentional or not.
How much they took? Maybe some of it they took. Some of it might just be like common story themes. That just happen to be similar to Bionicle, but creation and destruction. A lot of Lego themes end up using this like motif, and primarily because Lego is about building and destroying, so makes sense.
Yeah.
I never realized that.
Yeah,
dude.
My issue with the Oni and the Dragon, it's not that it's bad per se, but it does conflict, and the conflictions don't stop there. So here's another question. Back in early Ninjago, we got a little short that showed how Wu and Garmadon fought. Garmadon tried to steal the golden weapons. They fought with the 2 golden weapons. Wu knocked him down into the underworld after he got shocked by lightning, and that's what made his skin black. Was getting shocked by lightning.
Yeah.
Have they retconned that since, and I'm not aware of it?
Not that I know.
No, so if you look at the part where they're actually like showing, they do show like one Garmadon who is on the left as being a darker figure, but then once he transforms into Lord Garmadon and the shadow actually gets blacker, you can see like in the thing. So I do think they are referencing the fact that his skin does turn like darker and
cool.
He goes into the underworld. See,
makes total sense.
Yeah, look at that.
So they also mentioned that he was cured by the power of his son's love.
Yeah.
The area that I like
Daddy.
the most is that if the Overlord was really an Oni presence, then Lloyd destroying the Overlord would weaken or diminish the Oni hold on Garmadon. That theory makes far more sense to me. Especially if he was the cause of the Great Devourer's venom to begin with. It's just one of those
Interesting.
things.
Yeah, but it doesn't... The problem with the Oni and the Overlord being the same thing, though, is if that was the case, why wouldn't they just refer to it as the Overlord? Why even call it the Oni to begin with?
Because it's Oni masks.
Because it's a race of people. It's like a demonic spirit that can take many forms.
Yeah, just like Makuta and Pterodax.
Okay, so the Oni isn't the Overlord. The Overlord is a Oni.
That is my theory.
Okay.
That's how I would do it. It's a manifestation
that makes
of Oni
sense.
force.
Yeah,
so this first realm, they're talking about this first realm with the first Manjutsu master. I keep wanting to say Fasam, like Fajam, in my mind, or like
famous actor Sam Allen McCune.
Famous actress Finjitsu Alan McCune. There is there's a thing too where we don't really know a lot about this first realm, and it does open up the possibility for a lot of new villains or things coming from this era that's as powerful as the first Manjutsu master, who is for all intents and purposes god of the Ninjago realm.
He got knocked down a peg because now we know about the Ultra Gods, which are just waiting.
Dude, it's just like Dragon Ball Z!
Oh, no, don't start this again.
No, he just went first master Spinjitzu master.
You got the Kami, the Kais, the Supreme Kais, the gods.
The Oni, Supreme
Guys,
Oni.
go listen to our latest
Supreme Onis. It's a really fun discussion. I enjoy trying to get newbies to understand Dragon Ball Z.
My other issue. They mentioned the 3 Oni masks are relics from the first realm. And thanks to Magic Ninja earlier, posted something from the Ninjago magazine about the Oni masks. We already knew some of this stuff, but these 3 masks were created by the Oni. The Oni are powerful demons from an ancient realm, the realm of the Oni and the dragons. When all 3 masks are united, the wearer can open a portal to the cursed realm and resurrect Garmadon in his most evil form. This Garmadon would be evil through and through.
This Garmadon?
Mask of Hate. The wearer's skin becomes invincible lava stone. because, sure, I hate that idea, so I guess that makes sense. The wearer becomes a sword bearer with 2 additional arms, and the Mask of Deception, the wearer can control solid objects with the power of thought. Which
solid
I don't...
objects? So it can't control water?
No!
Okay, alright, fair enough.
What that has to do with this
Sure.
I don't know.
I can see it if it was like physical objects. That would just make more sense.
I like how it's like, hey, do you guys want 2 arms, or do you want your skin to become invincible, or do you want to control any solid object with your mind? It's like, can you imagine being a guy being like,
which one will I choose?
the guy gets sad at the mask
like the sound of the 2 arms.
The guy's like, well, I've always wanted an extra pair of hands around the house. Wow.
Now, there's 2 interesting things about this. Number 1, both the show and this little magazine snippet, they state that, all 3 are united. The Garmadon that gets resurrected will be evil through and through. There will be no good left in him. They make a point of that. And that's their way of hand-waving the why would the ninja not want Lloyd's dad to come back thing. Because he's evil through and through.
Right.
But why?
I mean, that makes sense. I guess it's sort of hand-waving, but I think that...
Why is he evil? Garmadon always had Oni in him, even when he was good. He was still a descendant of this.
Listen, we don't know how the lore works. Maybe,
Wait. What's reviving him again?
The 3 Oni masks.
3 Oni masks.
They've yet to get into how and why on the show. The magazine says it opens a portal to the Cursed Realm and resurrects Garmadon, as in the Garmadon that is in the Cursed Realm. Good Garmadon will come back through. I don't think that's true. It is probably an error because the Cursed Realms actually destroyed.
How many realms are there? 16? Are there 16 realms?
16.
Yeah, 16.
15, I guess, technically. Since
now. One of them's Chima, right?
And there's that whole thing.
Wait, is that confirmed? Chima's a realm?
It is. We never watched. We never watched the end of Possession. That was the one thing we never saw. But at the end of Possession, they actually go to Chima.
I'm telling you, man, Oni, biological realm.
Also, the Cursed Realm, Nia sinks the entire Cursed Realm, and because water kills ghosts, and the Cursed Realm is basically inside of.
Wow!
Did Nia kill all those people?
Yes. Nia is Ninjago Hitler.
Essentially,
oh my gosh!
Batman,
freaking genocide in Ninjago. Oh my gosh!
It's like they were already
It's
dead.
the highest kill count in the show.
Jeez!
So,
my!
They're already dead.
So this magazine article has to be inaccurate.
Were they though? Were they really already dead? If you're brought into being as a ghost, then you're not dead, right? You're a ghost. That's what you are. But you were not. You didn't die, and this is you. So you're alive.
Apparently, it's the Cursed Realm and the Run of the Jinns are gone. While Live Studio audience is reporting in.
Jinjago.
Okay.
That's what it's called.
Are you serious? I thought you were
I am serious. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right, never mind. I apologize for laughing at you, and so I'm going to direct my laughter at whoever wrote that.
All right, so 3 realms are gone then. So we got 13 left.
Essentially.
Oh yeah, okay. What's the one that was? Oh, the first realm. Are you saying the first realm was gone? What are the 3 realms are gone? Cursed, Jinn. What else?
I don't know.
Chima. I'm kidding.
Realms were gone. Well, technically.
Wait, didn't you just say 3 realms are gone? I could have sworn you just said that.
He did.
It was me. It was an echo. I said it. No, I'm kidding. I did not say it.
Wait, what?
Someone said that there were like 3 realms. That
I did not say that. I did say it, but I was repeating someone else.
I did not say that.
Okay.
I wasn't the one who said it.
Not say it.
I've been on a complete tangent this whole time.
I thought M.O.C said something about like magic saying that there are 3 realms that are gone.
No. I haven't been on. You guys are doing an entirely separate discussion than I'm doing right now.
I thought someone said it in the chat. All right, whatever.
Prentice had mentioned somehow in Day of the Departed, the ghost of Chen was able to come back despite him being in the Cursed Realm as well as Morrow.
Yeah, you're right. So it doesn't make any sense.
So Nia didn't kill anybody?
What was the purpose of destroying the Cursed Realm if the people in the Cursed Realm can just come back anyway? I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, they got nowhere to live.
Apparently.
They got a lot of cursed hobos.
Apparently, it was
Cursed
the
hobos.
departed realm.
Really, all hobos are already cursed, Bar. Let's not double up.
Gosh.
One of the other realms is the departed realm, which I guess is permadeath, but you can also come back from permadeath the same way you can regular death.
What?
Right.
So-
Because there is the...
Why is it called permadeath?
Meso made up the term, to be fair, but like it's essentially treated as permadeath. There's like an extra death. There's an extra ghost realm.
So, point being, the whole point
It's a Super Saiyan death Super Saiyan.
Oh my gosh.
the whole
Oh,
point of
man.
this rigmarole is to basically say it matters. It matters if the Garmadon that they're resurrecting is the Garmadon that's in the departed realm, or if it is another Garmadon, which is what I had hoped they were doing. This magazine article seems to contradict that, but I'm going to say that's non-canon for now until proven otherwise. My point being, the Garmadon that gets resurrected by the Oni masks is less of Lloyd's
The Garmadon,
dad, who everybody
what he was originally.
knows, and more an Oni entity. Just
Right.
like the Overlord
That makes
simply
sense,
takes
actually.
on.
I mean,
The
it
four
makes
arms
sense.
would be the four arms are part of the Mask of Revenge. So
Yes.
Yeah.
And the
I mean-
reason that it would take Garmadon's shape is because he's the closest Oni in relevance to the current realm they're in right now. My point being, all the Oni are in the first realm, which is way farther away, but Garmadon actually came through Ninjago. He died in Ninjago.
Doesn't the
Still
Overlord
have
have 4 arms too, or am I just misremembering?
He did when he took over Garmadon's body.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm thinking of. All right, because I was wondering, like, maybe like Oni beings have 4 arms or something. So like Garmadon tapping into his Oni side would bring out the 4 arms. I mean, it would also make sense, like because it's Oni mask reviving an Oni person. You know, it's reviving. It's bringing back to life this Oni side of him. I think is why he wouldn't be good anymore, because it's Oni objects bringing back an Oni.
But like,
So when he comes back, he's more Oni than he was before, which means he would be all evil and stuff. He wouldn't have that lighter side.
can I?
And which-
Oh, sorry.
That's
Go on.
what I was just gonna say. That's why putting on an Oni mask makes you look like Garmadon, because Garmadon, when he was in evil mode, was in his Oni form. So he doesn't. They don't actually look like Garmadon. They just look like an Oni, and Garmadon looked like an Oni too.
Yeah,
which
except
I
the
must
only
think-
that we
I must
see.
again ask,
the-
why did
the
he turn into
Oni-
that form when he got struck by lightning? I'll never understand it.
That's
Please
true.
help me.
Evil
I-
lightning.
It was Oni lightning.
The only issue is that, and the
Oni
frequency
issue?
of
The
only issue is the idea that when we see the Oni and the Dragon, the Oni has 2 arms, not 4. So
I mean, it's a tapestry art piece that's meant to represent the things, but like,
non-canon art piece.
yeah. I mean, maybe it was people from Ninjago that made
I
it.
just-
They don't
okay.
know what Onis look like.
there's another thing I want to talk about, and that is just how nonsensical these names are for the masks. Like, all right, so you're looking at the Mask of Hate, and it's like the wearer's skin becomes invincible lava stone, which doesn't really make sense. Never does the Mask of Revenge having you grow 2 extra arms. I don't know what that has to do with revenge.
Because you
per
can
se.
exact revenge more with multiple.
I can exact revenge twice as much as before.
But like,
It really
here's the biggest thing: the Mask of Deception. The easy thing to say is that it can make you invisible, or it can like make you take on a different form that you want.
Telekinesis.
Telekinesis? Why is that under deception? Who's deceived
really
by
bothered-
that? Is
it
someone
really
is he
bothered me in
lifting
the
up
show
like a
when
car?
That is.
And like, someone's
Mistake
like,
was
that's
like-
not real.
They wield incredible power, the power to hate. And I'm like, what?
We need a mask for that?
And now I know it doesn't even do that. So I'm just generally perplexed by everything.
Yeah, I mean, like
relating to
maybe
these objects.
the Oni Mask of Hate could make the people hate each other. You know, I don't know. I'm just like the very weird names, and one is clearly better than the other. Like one is like clearly like the overachiever. The 3 mask makers making that, they were like, these 2 people are in college, and this one guy is like, you know, the overachiever, always trying to get that A plus. Control solid objects with the power of thought. Good grief.
Okay, so apparently the Oni masks are based off the Japanese Oni demons, according to
Bravo.
Magic Ninja in the chat.
Bravo. I'd certainly hope
Which
so.
is cool.
I would certainly hope they would be.
Well, I'm assuming the reason this is being brought up is because the powers that each mask has something to do with their origins. Like The Oni demons?
Telekinesis? Go on. Tell me more, man. Please, enlighten me on your cultural research. Show me.
All right, yeah, come on, Magic.
I mean, maybe the Oni demons have telekinesis. Well, I'm gonna control F telekinesis. Hold up. No, okay. I'm gonna control F firearms.
I'd like to point out that Magic earlier said, in real life, only are sometimes depicted as having multiple limbs, eyes, etc. That's not real life. That's something someone else made up. This is something someone made up, and it's referencing something else that someone else made up. So it's it's a whole made up thing.
The aesthetics are the part I have the least problem with.
Yeah, the aesthetics are fine. It's getting to the powers. What about telekinesis has to do with deception? All right, here, hold up. We got a cultural analysis thing. Let's see.
All right. Oh, someone posted it on the TTV message boards, guys. Let's take to this.
Okay, so far I'm seeing a lot of connections to design.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, they look like Oni masks. That's very, very true.
I see the clear inspiration there.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there? I'm assuming there's information regarding their powers, though, right?
Today, the word "only" generally only refers to the specific category of male demons. Well, okay, that's already out the window. Apparently, whoever wrote this didn't do whoever wrote the Ninjago Oni didn't do the research either. Apparently, since we're so adamant on keeping with the.
I ain't saying nothing about telekinesis
or hate. There's no mention of hate either.
Sorry. Okay, so there are 3 grades of Hana. Oh, sorry. The Hanya as well. We get females and the Sons of Garmadon gang. There are 3 of them. Man, I'm gonna butcher these. Nenamari, Hanya are Kijo that sort of resemble human women. They have small horns, use magic to perform their evil deeds. They're not completely evil. There remains a chance for them. Chunari Hanya are mid-level demons. They have long, sharp horns, tusk-like fangs, and more powerful magic. The Honari Hanya are true demons and the most powerful of the tree. They have serpentine bodies and breathe fire. Nothing about telekinesis.
The first one seemed. Can you repeat that first one again?
Namanari Hanya are Kijo that still resemble human women. They have small horns and use dark magic to perform their evil deeds. So
magic
to attack their enemies.
And women are those? Is that the purple one, the telekinesis one?
Yes, but I'm not sure that's tied to her gender.
No. Purple is the mask of hate. The orange is the telekinesis one.
Oh, okay, never mind then. I was gonna say, then I guess that lines up because that would be
never mind.
Ultraviolet's mask.
The only thing they mention Kijo refers chiefly to women who have been transformed from humans into horrible monsters, either out of jealousy, wicked crimes, or a terrible grudge that twists the soul into pure hatred. So it's fitting for Ultraviolet to be wearing the mask of hatred. Sure, that's awesome. That's totally cool. I just want to reiterate, for our live studio audience and our YouTube listeners, not what we have an issue with.
Yeah, right.
The thing that we have an issue with is the mask of deception having the power of telekinesis, or the mask of hate having the power of lava skin, or the mask of vengeance having the power of 2 arms. The aesthetics are fine. The characterization is fine. You can tell me that Mr. E has this vendetta against somebody in Ninjago, and I'll buy it and be like, awesome, that's a cool cultural, reference. But it still won't make it any more plausible why this vengeance gives him.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap my head around. I'd assume that's what this was going to be about. So
that's what I thought. I thought when Magic was like, this is a topic that explains everything. I'm like, we're going to learn about why revengeance is for arms. Maybe an Oni killed another Oni and took his arms and attached him to his own.
That'd be cool.
That would have been cool. Japanese legend, that is really cool.
Because I just thought, because I don't actually know the Japanese origins behind the Oni. So maybe there is, maybe that it actually is the case.
Well, I'm glad Magic did a research.
My headcanon.
That's what I'm saying.
The mask of revenge is
alright. Well, okay. Moving on.
I want to talk about something that is in the top of this screenshot thing that we're looking at here. It references there are 3 generals of the Sons of Garmadon: Mr. E, Ultraviolet, and Kilo. And that Kilo, I'm assuming, is the big fake. But it also references the Quiet One. Do we know anything about the Quiet One?
Nope.
I thought that was Mr. E.
I thought it was Mr. E as well.
I thought so too. I thought Mr. E was the guy who ran the entire show, and I guess he doesn't. So,
because like the quiet one, and then Mr. E doesn't speak, but maybe not. Maybe it's Harumi.
No, it's the other quiet one, Meso.
That's what I was thinking. Is that if it's not Mr. E, then it's probably Harumi.
Probably. They did a whole thing about like they did make a big deal about her being adopted. That was like a huge thing that they were kind of hammering in, where it's like, I know what it's like to lose my parents too. Yes, she is adopted. Just in case whenever she meets someone new for the first time, we always let them know that she's adopted. So have that piece of exposition. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it would make sense if her dad's Garmadon.
It would.
So, anyway, it would be kind of strange why Misako never mentioned Lloyd's forgotten sister.
Stephen Villman says the dragon is an East Asian dragon. It is not a snake. Yes, I know what an East Asian dragon looks like because I am East Asian. However, what I was saying,
East Asian dragon is a giant snake.
It is a serpent. It's very much based off a serpent. That's it. Dragons don't exist. I don't know if you know this, but dragons don't exist. And so when they put out an animal that they inspired a dragon,
excuse you, I'm right
here. It was a serpent. So all I'm saying is that like the Great Devourer is also not just a snake. I don't know why you're drawing the lines here. Like, it's not like I'm miscategorizing the Great Devourer as like actually you gotta. It's misclassified.
Actually, I'll have you know, it's based off of a dragon, not a serpent.
Yeah, the traditional dragons. It's actually.
That being said, that being said,
can we attach that to the Meso meme?
Shout out to you, Stephen.
Oh
god! Thank you for following our content for so long.
Yeah.
Stephen Villman's been around since our Chima days. I remember he's a very passionate fan.
Stephen Villman is Chima fan #1, but we never got the Dragon Tribe.
We never got the Dragon Tribe.
Don't remind me.
Because the Dragon Tribe doesn't exist, Purple.
Doesn't exist.
Oh man, dude.
Phoenixes don't exist either.
Apparently they do because they were in Chima. So do your research.
Chima is love.
Do your cultural research into Chima before you judge that.
Yes. Okay. So what else?
Oh, that was that was I don't know if any of our fans will find that funny, but that was a highlight for me.
That was good. I thought it was funny.
Oh man.
So
anyway.
Essentially, the Garmadon thing, Mistake's exposition dump, it could work. There's some questionable elements, but it is also just plausible enough if they actually address the questionable stuff and give an appropriate explanation for it. I'm totally down. The two things that really stick out are the Overlord and the Great Devourer. If they can address that, I can buy it, because Garmadon being evil, okay, we made a plausible rationalization of that. It makes sense. It would be in Garmadon's form. You know, the Oni masks are reviving an Oni in this world. If they did it in another world, it might have a different effect. You know, all that makes perfect sense. So
I'm going to rename all these masks real quick. I'm going to go with the mask of tough skin, or thick skin, because you need Garmadon needed a thick skin to be the villain.
John, it has to be based from culture. There's hate in the
culture.
So
listen, culturally, people have thick skins.
I'm just saying, like, okay, if we have a mask of hate, then surely it should be the power of the mask of hate should be able to change someone's I don't know, perspective on things, right? Make them angry, make them
like in the Avengers, how Loki's the scepter, the Mind Stone made all the Avengers fight. Yeah, exactly. That should be the mask of hate's power.
That should be the mask of hate, is making you turn on each other.
The mask of revenge is the one that's the hardest one to come up with. I don't know what you could really do for the mask of revenge. I do know that 2 additional arms probably is not what I would have gone with. I don't know where the 2 additional arms come from. Maybe the mask of ambidexterity.
Ambidextrity, yeah.
Ambidextrity,
Something like that.
Something like that. But it doesn't even sound.
I don't know. I mean, like
Mask of multitasking.
I actually think Mask of Revenge, maybe like you can get away with making that one like the 4-armed lava skin thing, only because like at least there it allows you to take revenge by giving you power. You know, like you can kind of make that make sense. It's still a little bogus, but
the Mask of Deception is the one that's the hardest for me because that is such an easy. There's so many powers that can go alongside deception.
Deception could be
Telekinesis would not be one of them.
It's like that just feels like the opposite direction you should be going in. Like telekinesis is a very physical power, but deception is like sort of more mental, I guess.
Right.
Unless they use the telekinesis to form like illusions almost.
Right. Like if like what if they think it's telekinesis, but it's not. You're actually like it looks like you're lifting things up, but it's all shit.
that would be perfectly fine then. But then the mask power should actually say makes you think you can use telekinesis, not necessarily solid things in your mind.
Telekinesis.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that the mask power says that already kind of takes that away.
The Nightmare Freddy Krueger from the live chat said the rock form comes. I guess like Garmadon uses telekinesis as some of his weapons when we first see him in season 2, and he says that the rock form comes in when we see the giant rock monsters that look like they came from power miners. The 4 arms are obviously from Garmadon, so I think his theory is that they're all related to Garmadon. In which case, I would say
the theory that the realm that Garmadon was in when we went to find him was the first realm. Which would be interesting.
He went back home. Daddy's
home.
Oh,
in
I'm going home.
7 or 8.
Yeah,
both.
To the place where I belong.
Because we still don't really know what that realm is. It's just like the dark realm or whatever. Realm of darkness.
That is 2 extra arms, so I could buy it.
Are the Oni and the dragon still there, or all the Oni there? But where did the first Magician Master come from, anyways? He said there was a child. Was he actually the child of the dragon and the Oni, or is he just a kid that grew up in the first realm? That had the powers.
That wedding, like,
I don't know. I now pronounce you dragon and Oni.
A metaphysical thing.
Dragoni.
Like, he was generated by the energies from both realms. He was a product of light and dark. In essence.
Okay, but like genetically, so when they say Lloyd genetically is part of the thing with the Oni, that they're referring to the fact that the first Magician Master had both these powers, not necessarily that like Lloyd is actually part dragon and part Oni.
I mean, I don't know.
Do you think we'll ever get like Dark Lloyd?
Maybe.
Like, will he open up his Oni powers and
become a theory
like Dark Jack?
It's probably a dumb theory. I've seen the theory that Mr. E is like alternate Lloyd.
Okay,
like,
sure.
Evil Lloyd, or
I'm
whatever.
tracking along
from another dimension.
Yeah, but Mr. E, like the character that decided to make evil Lloyd is like. The wacky
the E stands for Evil Lloyd. It's Mr. Evil Lloyd.
Well, you say Mr. E is actually an anagram. If you reverse it, it'll say Lloyd on it. Lloyd Garmadon.
Everybody thought it was a mystery, but in reality, it was a
says, I am Lloyd Garmadon.
I am Lloyd Garmadon. Oh.
So down. That'd be so great.
I need to find an anagram that spells I am Lord Garmadon. I need to find that.
So what if the Mask of Hate? What if Ultraviolet just has really bad skin problems, like acne, she hates that, so it gets rid of it by giving her like lava skin?
Yeah, no, that's
what if it like gets rid of something you hate. You know, and then she hates the ninja, so it gets rid of
gets rid of the ninja.
I am sorry to the writers of the show if there are very clear, easy answers to these questions, and we're just completely missing it.
I would feel if someone was talking about Vindicaris and they're like, "Oh, what about this?" and I'm like, "Well, just wait for 2 weeks and then you'll know." I thought about this and I wrote it. Please just wait before you make all these stupid jokes.
You have no idea how often that happens to me. Like, my dad will ask me questions. Oh, what does, like, such and such mean? It's like, it will be revealed in next week's update.
If all this stuff gets explained in a satisfactory manner, I rescind all of my criticisms in advance.
Hageman Brothers, you have 1 season left. Please pull out all the stops and make everything just tie together.
Making a threat.
Hageman Brothers, you got 1 season left.
Brothers. I'd like to play a game. You have 1 season left.
You have 1 season left. Use it wisely.
There reminds me of this one post I saw. I'll have to find it, but keep talking.
All right, fine. I'm gonna keep
All right.
talking while you find it.
Well,
Well, thanks for interrupting my bit.
Yeah, purple.
Now I don't know what to say. Now I'm just awkwardly sitting here
Exactly.
trying to buy time till I can come up with another
You
bit.
ruined the flow of the conversation. Gosh.
I'll link it in the private chat because I don't know how good that site is or not, but
Oh, no, Kyler Nuva in the YouTube chat has the right idea. It turns out Lloyd isn't actually Garmadon's real son. He's just a nobody.
Your parents were filthy.
Who are Harumi's parents?
Billy Jump Traders. That actually would be kind of a neat twist, actually.
Lloyd's parents are Ed and Edna.
It wouldn't make any sense at all. It wouldn't make any sense at all. But if the reveal was that Lloyd was not actually Garmadon's son, and it was in fact Harumi, who was his daughter, and there was like a mix-up or something,
That's legit.
isn't that a cool? That would be a cool
That's
twist.
a cool twist. That's a cool twist.
it doesn't take a lot of explaining. But
It
yeah.
wouldn't make any sense at all because Lloyd couldn't be the Green Ninja if that was the case. But it's whatever. Actually, wait a minute.
Well,
Why is Lloyd the Green Ninja? Did we ever, like what caused that?
the dragon in him, the dragon, the Oni and the dragon, the green power and the
I mean, that might be how they explain it now.
I kind of always thought the reason he was special was because he was literally a god.
He was grandson of God. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I totally get you.
But like, I don't, because now that I think about it, I don't think they actually ever. Wait, okay, hold up. Magic Ninja says the Cloud Kingdom decides it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh my god! I
the
forgot.
cloud. That's one of the realms, right? That's literally the realm where they decide everything that's going around, like the screenwriters.
We really need to go back and watch Possession.
Okay.
A lot of stuff happened.
I never saw.
Sounds like
Possession.
there's a lot of
I
world
skipped it.
building
Yeah,
in that season.
I skipped that. We should definitely.
I have seen it, and Purple's seen it, but you two have not. So.
Yeah.
I think we should begin the process of wrapping this up.
Inhabitants are willing to allow someone to enter. Okay, so the Cloud Kingdom is what chose Lloyd to be the Green Ninja.
Yeah, in essence, yeah.
Okay, so in that case, that actually could be the twist then, right? What if Lloyd isn't Garmadon's son?
Dun dun dun.
He's
What
actually
if he's Woo's son?
he actually doesn't have a father. He was born by the midichlorians. In the PlayStation.
Shut your mouth.
The Oni and the dragon, the green power created him.
Green power is midichlorian.
Have you ever heard the tragedy of the first Fujitsu master? The wise.
What's that thing? Oh, it reads the green energy flowing through your blood. Shows us that you'll become a very powerful
They did,
ninja. The
you know-
ninja to balance the Oni and the
Balance only in the dragon, actually.
exactly.
There's a really cool part in the interrogation scene where the guy asks Cole, like, what's the Green Ninja's power anyways? And Cole's like, we really don't know.
Green energy or something.
Yeah, something
Great
like
scene.
that.
Great scene.
Hilarious. I love it when the show writers will like acknowledge the flaw.
Lampshade.
Yeah, they'll lampshade and acknowledge it by just going like all meta with jokes. It's funny.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, I like, and then I like how they're like funny about it too.
Yeah, they're funny about it. That it makes me forgive any problems that I have. I think it's a clever way to trick your audience into forgiving the actual problems that they have.
But it's funny because the problems will go away, but the fact that they admit them, I'm like, okay, so you're on the same page as I am. Okay, we're good.
All right, cool.
You
We're
acknowledge
fine.
Okay, so
Yeah,
why
yeah,
didn't you
all
fix
right.
this sooner exactly?
You don't need to fix it as long as I know that you know that we know the problems in your script.
Insert psych theme song here.
Anyway, what do y'all think of the episode in closing?
It was good.
I liked it.
It's a bit slower. It wasn't my favorite. I think the last two episodes were easily better, but it is certainly an interesting episode, and I like the direction the show's going into, so I liked it.
Lot to talk about.
It's
Yeah,
definitely one
dude.
of those episodes that you need to have. It's the exposition-filled episode, and then part of it is also the comedy setting up the other episodes. So whenever you're writing a season, you do need to have some episodes that maybe aren't necessarily the most exciting parts of the season, but they're part of the story, and you need this part, and it's very integral. That being said, yeah, I mean, definitely, it probably is the least favorite of the season, but that's like the highest praise I can give it. Like this season's so good that like quote unquote my least favorite is just kind of like no, it's still amazing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, dude, Nightmare Freddy Krueger just reminded me the Exoforce hairpiece was really cool to
Oh
see.
yeah, I'm gonna switch back to that real quick. That was really awesome to see
Yeah.
that piece again.
Even if it did look hilariously out of place.
It was silly looking,
It
but I
did.
loved it.
It fit the the kind of weirder like bicycle gang.
Yeah, I thought it fit the design too. That was fun.
Yeah.
So I think to close this coverage out, there were 2 trailers released for Ninjago. From what I hear, one you don't really need to watch. It just spoils some jokes and stuff. That there's one that everyone's been talking about, and they're like, "Please watch this. What are your thoughts on this?" It's the Quiet One teaser,
No.
and it might answer some of the stuff. Some of the questions we have, maybe not. I doubt it will. And the thumbnail is hilariously mistitled as "The Quite One."
The Quite One.
Which I think is hilarious.
That is. Amazing.
Oh, I've been there, guys. It's okay.
We've made mistakes on our thumbnails before.
Yeah,
We'll be
we've made
hypocrites.
spelling mistakes before. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's
Quite-
bad.
I hope no intern got fired because of that. You know, like I hope that everyone's just kind of like, you know what?
I don't think they get fired. I mean, judging from the state of the Bionicle website during 2015, I don't think they fire because of mistakes in grammar and spelling.
I still can't believe the G2 website launched as it did.
They fire you for doing a good job for 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, that made me sad.
That made me so sad.
That
too.
made me really sad.
That
Wow.
literally, that was the that's the reason I've kind of like been. That's one of the reasons I've kind of been like, you know what? I'm kind of okay with it right now. I'm a little sad.
Yikes. All right, well, let's watch this.
All right.
Y'all. Are we good to do the reaction? Is it up or?
I'm ready.
The thing is up, and I believe it will work. I'm gonna keep everything on standby. We're gonna.
All right.
All right,
Let
guys,
us
we're gonna do a
react.
live reaction of the season 8 teaser.
A
Okay,
quiet
you guys ready?
one.
All
Yep.
right.
I'm ready.
Let me pull up
watch
my
this.
volume just in case the thing's a little weird, and we will be good to go. 3, or I'll count them from 5. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know who's in charge, but he is known as the Quiet One.
The Quiet One. It's Harumi, dude.
You're the
Has
big
to.
man?
Killer.
Big man.
It's another red herring. Oh, okay. Look at that
yeah.
scene! Oh, wow, the CGI looks so good there.
I had Ninjago's greatest villain as my dad.
He wasn't the greatest villain.
Oh no?
Oh, yeah.
It's the one you never even knew was there in the first place.
Oh!
The Quiet One.
It's gotta be her, dude.
I know, right?
It's
Oh,
gotta be her.
that CGI looks good.
Wow, that creature, though. Look at this!
Dragon.
The spiders in the house sleep, sleep. The spider
What the?
bit a mouse.
What the?
Deep.
What?
Don't wake up or else you'll find a spider in your mouth.
What the what?
What?
That
We got really horror themed at the end there.
That was legitimately creepy. What?
Whoa!
Overlord Spider? Question mark. Insane.
Who was singing?
That
Was that Harumi?
That was cool!
I think that was her own.
Man,
Oh,
What the
dude!
heck? What does that mean?
what is that
the
supposed to
heck?
mean? I don't know. By the way, man, I can't wait for these episodes to come out in HD because that looked phenomenal. Like, good grief, the CGI
That
is
was-
really good.
The CGI has improved so much, dude.
Just
wow.
honestly,
I'm
it
just
has.
I'm gonna post a picture for you to throw up, John. I'm gonna post it in the live studio audience. There's the screenshot from the trailer. Thumbnail image. Here's a screenshot to compare it to from early on in Ninjago.
Yeah. Okay.
Just-
so hold up.
Dear God.
This is the current thumbnail for that, and then this is old Ninjago.
Yep. Just to show what a little budget will do.
Look at
Oh,
this
man.
hair.
Gosh, it has changed so much. It looks so good now. I can't believe
It
it.
looks really good.
Man,
Yeah.
how far we've come. Look at Ninjago, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Look at
so
that hair.
cool. God,
the hair is so nice.
Kai's hair is disgusting. I can't believe we dealt with that for like 7 seasons. Look at that hair.
I know. The movie hair is it's just great. This is really close to movie quality. It's not there obviously because they have a bigger budget and a lot more render room and stuff, but like this is really close. This is the closest we've ever been in this TV show.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that's about it for now. That trailer certainly gave
that trailer was freaking awesome. By
another
the way.
thing to ponder: random creepy spider.
Yeah, dude, that was weird. Also, I will be legitimately shocked if Harumi doesn't turn out to be evil after that line.
I know, right? It's always
the one you never even knew.
That's a pretty. I'm actually kind of glad that we're watching these trailers. As we're going through the season, and not like I feel like they would spoil the entire season if we watched them before we actually started watching the thing.
Well, it's cool they've been releasing them staggered as well.
That is pretty cool. This show is gorgeous looking now. Like,
it
wow.
really is, honestly. I think Kyle Never pointed out that Ninjago is currently the longest running show on Cartoon Network aside from Adventure Time, which I believe is true.
Wow.
That's pretty crazy.
Very impressive. All right.
Man.
Well, that's about all for this week's Ninjago Cast. I'm very interested in knowing what all of you think about this episode and your theories for the rest of the season going forward. We've got a lot of puzzle pieces that we've yet to really get answers to. And we haven't gotten official confirmation as to whether this will be an 8 or a 10 episode season. I'm banking on 10 just because I'm optimistic. We'll see what happens with that. But for now, that's about it. Stay tuned next week for another exciting Ninjago discussion. And we'll see y'all then. I'm Mesa.
I'm Var.
I'm John.
And I'm Purple.
And this was Ninjago Cast, Masters of Pudjitsu. The dojo's closed. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. We'll see y'all next week. Adios.
All right, closing time. That was a good reference. I like that.
That was great.
That was really good. This was the best outro we've had so far. See you guys.
Later.
Bye.